Resignation has sparked a contest to replace him. The Liberal Party's executive committee, in fact, is meeting today to set the rules for that race. Many potential candidates say they're waiting to know the rules of the campaign before committing, but two Liberals have already officially declared they intend to run to be Trudeau's successor. Former Montreal MP Frank Baylis, whom we spoke with earlier this week, and current Ottawa MP Chandra Arya, who is with me live now in studio. Mr. Arya, good to see you. Thank you for making the time.
Thanks for having me.
So just before Christmas, I remember seeing on social media, you kind of appear to endorse Chrystia Freeland as a leader, saying, Christia's approach, polite yet firm, has demonstrated her capacity to stand up to even the most intimidating personalities, embodying the strength of an iron fist in a velvet glove. Now, Ms. Freeland has not announced that she's in, but she certainly hasn't announced that she's out. Why have you decided to step in yourself instead of throwing your support behind her?
During holidays, I did give a great deal of thought on what exactly is ailing Canada today. You know, we have had unprecedented structural problems today. We have got younger generation who can't afford homes. Working middle class people, in fact, the wage rise during the last 5 years for the third and fourth quintile people, about 40% Canadians, it is 25% below the top 20 and the bottom 20. And 13 million working Canadians don't have workplace pension. Many of them will be retiring directly into poverty. So these are structural problems that requires very tough political decisions that are necessary. And I think I'm the one who can make it.
Why should Canadians believe you when you've been part of a government that has overseen those structural problems, the existence of them? I'm not attributing all blame to them, but surely Canadians would look at you and say, hey, you're saying there's big issues with the middle class. People can't afford a home. Well, you've been part of a government that didn't fix that problem.
Technically, I'm not part of the government. I'm a member of parliament. Our job as a member of parliament is to hold government accountable. Yes, some of the things that have been there, like 13 million working Canadians having workplace pension problems, it has been there for decades. So a lot of things that have been coming up, growing up, now it's all accumulating because the post-pandemic scenarios, everything changed. In fact, economists, they can't depend on the models anymore. Some of the things that have happened during the last 4 years, especially post-pandemic, has shattered every other model. So this is a time for a new approach. Very, very tough decisions needs to be made.
And I have to, again, respectfully challenge you, though. I take your point that you weren't in cabinet, but you are, as a backbencher, a member of the Liberal government. And until a number of weeks ago, you were actually one of the people supporting Prime Minister Justin Trudeau staying on. So, again, I'll put to you, like, okay, take the issue of pensions aside. Yes, that's been around for a long time. When you talk about housing affordability, that emerged, before COVID, but was definitely punctuated right after COVID. It took years, a couple years after that, for your government to respond. Why should Canadians believe you will be more responsive?
And again, look at the solutions I'm proposing. I'm proposing we'll guarantee orders for 100,000 prefab homes straight away, upfront. We'll give guarantees so that the new technologies can be built today with the cooperation of the municipal governments and the provincial governments. So that is the kind of solutions I'm proposing today.
I wanted to ask you about the race itself, right?
Yep.
Because other people have waited until the rules were announced.
Yep.
You didn't.
Yep.
Why not? Are you not worried about the threshold? For example, I'm hearing somewhere between 350,000 or 500,000. There's also debate about the rules, which I want to ask you about in a second. But why didn't you, wait until those rules before committing?
Time is short. Have to start organizing across Canada. As you know that in this race, every single of 338 ridings have got equal weightage. Have to reach people in British Columbia, to people in Halifax, people in Saskatchewan. So that is the reason why I had to rush it, announce it. So getting ready, whatever the limit they want to place it on, I should be ready for that.
So you think no matter what, even at $350,000, $400,000, $500,000, you'd be okay with that?
I will do. Doesn't matter what is the limit they're going to put in terms of the expense or the deposit. I will meet it.
You've been also very vocal against a foreign agents registry, and there is some consternation from people in your caucus about the eligibility rules for voting in this leadership race. My understanding, based on talking to other MPs yesterday, was that there was a real appeal made to the party leadership to make it so that just citizens and permanent residents are able to vote. Are you supportive of that?
Absolutely. In fact, my thing is that I've already sent a note to my volunteers across Canada. Make membership, but limit it to citizens and permanent residents only. And on the foreign agent registry, if you read the petition itself, that petition is not against the registry itself. The petitioners support that a registry be there for foreign agents, but how you approach it, whom you cover it, not the academicians, not the cultural communities who have got cultural relationship. So that was the point. Coming to these rules, it is very important that we have to limit it to citizens and permanent residents, because I don't want foreign citizens, the temporary residents, getting to choose who the next Prime Minister of Canada should be.
Just one final question to you, Mr. Arya, around national security in that vein. You, I think, by some of your colleagues are seen to have close ties with the Indian government, or Modi. You had a visit in the summer. Since then, I know you're well aware of the accusations being leveled against agents of that government, going so far as to be accused of being complicit in murder here on Canadian soil. What do you say to Canadians who would have concerns about your ability to secure our national security or not be compromised?
I would tell Canadians, during the last 12 months, I've met two Prime Ministers of two different countries. I met two foreign ministers, and the year before, I met a president, a prime minister, and several ministers. Listen, as an individual MP, I meet the leaders of foreign countries. Here, some of these people who have been attacking me is because of my religion. I'm a Hindu. So Modi and India happens to be a Hindu country. So that is the reason that country. But see my actions, see my statement through my entire career, at least 10 years as MP. You have any problem in there?
Do you have concerns, though, about the actions of agents of the Indian government, according to, again, what your government has accused very publicly happened?
Absolutely. I made very clear in this very studio that no foreign country have got any business interfering into our domestic affairs, the same way that Canada doesn't interfere in the domestic affairs of any other country. We are a sovereign nation. We don't want anyone to come and meddle in our affairs.